Welcome, everyone, to the Mic Check Show. On today's episode, we have a special guest named Arthur, last name?
Garand.
Garand. I'm awful at names.
It's all good.
Every time, even like every guest I have, I'm like, I can never say their last name.
How do you pronounce yours?
Couche.
Couche. I always thought it was Couche.
Everyone calls it Kush.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's fine, whatever.
Yeah.
So how you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. I always wanted you on the show, especially now with how your flag league's going.
Yeah, it's starting to get pretty exciting, that's for sure.
Yeah. So we will get into that, but beforehand, we're going to talk about you, Arthur. So, at the start of your career, what made you fall in love with football and the journey till now?
I guess there's no other sport like it. Like, I did grow up playing basketball, but you have kind of smaller teams, and it's not as exciting as football.
I can say that.
Yeah. So, my grade 12 year, I started playing football. That's when I found out I could actually, throw the football pretty decent. So it wasn't until, just after high school when I started playing football.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's a late start.
Definitely. And I didn't even start playing tackle until, late 20s.
Oh, okay.
I got into touch football in Winnipeg at first.
Okay.
And that was kind of just for recreation. Had a good time playing with friends. And then, I played for Eastside Eagles senior men's team in Winnipeg. And
Okay.
that's when I took my first hits.
I didn't even know they had a team out there.
It's not as big as it is out here. They have like a 2 or 3 team league. Some years play a couple games, and that's really it. Yeah, it's more just for fun for the boys to play.
Okay, not as serious as Alberta.
No, not even close.
Okay. Well, speaking of Alberta, you played for the Gators and the Irish?
I did, yeah.
What was your experiences with the AFL? We'll say with the Gators.
Positive for sure. Yeah. When I first moved here, I was just looking for some football to play.
Yep.
Reached out to the Flag League. They didn't get back to me. Reached out to the Gators and got involved with them. I think Kurt had got back to me right quick.
Wow.
And they let me just join the team and taught me a lot of things. And I think it was about 2013 I played for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a while ago.
It was. Yeah. Kurt and Donnie were just young pups back then. Yeah.
Now look at them.
Oh,
national
what
champs.
They've done with that team is incredible, guys. It's so nice to watch their journey coming from, they've always cared. They've always put a good product on the field, but to just watch the talent just get so much better over the years has been nice to watch.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And I remember when I was playing for them, traveling around, having some fun weekends. Had a nice trip up to Grand Prairie one time. I'm sure Denny remembers that one if he's watching.
I'm
not going to get into details about that one, but yeah, I think we lost to Lloydminster in the semifinals that year when they went on to win nationals.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was that long ago.
Damn. Good old Lloyd.
Yeah. And then I had an opportunity to go start for the Irish the next year, so I made the mistake of jumping ship there, and it lasted through the summer, started building with the team, and 2 games into the season, played against the Gators.
Yep.
Took a pretty bad hit, and herniated 2 discs in my back. And that's kind of the end of the story for me in my AFL career. Tried to make a comeback like a few years back, but I just don't have it in me anymore.
Yeah.
The talent's just, far better than I think I at this stage in my life.
So is that why you switched from contact to flag?
I didn't really switch then. I've always played flag in the background. But it was kind of just, my fallback on.
Yeah.
Like people say, it's not real football. They're not real. Like I play flag because I can't play tackle anymore. And that's why most of us do it. Like if you can play, you should. But, at this stage in my life with, 3 kids, it's just not in the cards for me anymore.
Well, there still is high level talent in flag though.
There is.
It's like, there's no joke with it.
No. Especially after, witnessing my tournament.
Oh,
2 weekends ago. Yeah, we had a couple teams in from Winnipeg that just destroyed us.
Yeah.
The competition outside of Alberta for 5-on-5 flag football is just ridiculous, especially when you consider like some teams they have in Vancouver, especially out in Montreal and Ontario too.
Yeah.
Like they make us look amateur still.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which is surprising because there's a high level of football in Alberta, but
agreed.
Not so much for flag.
They haven't transitioned to it yet. They still have the ability to play tackle here, and that's just
Yeah.
The option take here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't blame them. It's a great league.
It is.
Yeah.
It's just waking up the next morning and can't even walk down the stairs. That's why I stopped playing.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I need to feel somewhat better.
Yeah. And that's like playing on a team with a full roster too. Like some of those teams are going out there with, 40 guys, even less, and still competing. Like they're playing both ways and still going to work the next day. That's just hats off to those boys.
That's what I had to do.
With the Wolfpack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to die. It's like, I don't have the stamina for this.
But even I remember showing up for the Wolfpack for tryouts a little bit after my surgery there.
Yeah.
And there was 5 of us at Calgary Soccer Center.
Yeah.
Including, was it game day? What's his name? Rob?
Yeah, Rob Sherman.
Yeah, there's 4 of us. And he's
like, Rob.
You're not the quarterback, Arthur. I am. Like, okay. I see the direction of this team right now. So
like, whatever you say.
Pulled myself out of that pretty quick and haven't came back since, really.
I'm pretty sure he was joking.
Yeah.
But at the time.
He wanted it. He deserves it. But like I say, the league is just far better than the skill levels of, unfortunately, him and even myself at the time. Yeah.
Well, speaking of your injuries, how is your back doing?
Great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fully recovered?
Fully, yeah. Ended up having the surgery, the microdiscectomy on 2 discs. Or, no, sorry, just 1.
Yeah.
Cut that out. Ask again.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I couldn't even imagine getting an injury like that.
Yeah, so I had the microdiscectomy on the 1 disc, and my recovery was, 6 to 8 months, and Alberta Health Service, I think, gave me 5 physiotherapy visits. Yeah. It was a joke.
Yeah.
But I took it into my own hands and rehabbed 4 or 5 hours each day for, 6 days a week and really recovered.
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise I would have not been the same.
It's kind of one of those things where you just take it into your own hands.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like with any injury you get, it's like, all right, I have to get myself better for this.
Yeah.
Well, just for life in general.
Exactly. They kind of just brush you off and give you the bare minimum just to say they helped. And I ended up having a couple of physio visits where I was one of 5 people the therapist was seeing, and basically just stuck a needle in me, put it in his machine on me, sent me away with some pamphlets, and I knew that I needed more than that.
Yeah. It's like, you're good. See you later. Jeez.
I remember training and rehabbing with Alex Kelmetz. You remember him? He was an Irish guy.
I need to see his face.
Yeah, he ended up moving out to BC, but he ended up being a big part of my rehab as well too when I was trying to come back. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to have those resources.
It is.
Yeah.
Shout out to Alex.
That's what's good about the football community. Yeah. There's always people to help.
Agreed.
Yeah. I don't know what I'd do if I didn't play football here. I'd probably just be alone.
It's a pretty boring city if you don't have sports, that's for sure.
Yeah.
If you're not into business, you have to be into sports here, really.
Yeah. Or rodeos. In the summertime.
I'm not a big rodeo guy either.
Damn, I'm too city. Okay. So with, of course, your AFL career done, more focus on flag. How did you get into Team Alberta for flag? Because I didn't know that was a thing.
It really wasn't until I started it for the senior men's side.
Oh.
So when I had moved back to Winnipeg during the pandemic there, 2019 to 2022, I was playing in the Pit Football League. Yep. And it's just a recreation flag and touch league with I think 25 divisions and over 100 teams in Winnipeg. So it's fun.
It's big there.
It's huge, yeah. And that's what I'm trying to do here. But they had a team that was competing outside of Manitoba at divisionals and regional tournaments, trying to compete for the Canadian National Championships in 5-on-5 flag. So I was just curious, why isn't Alberta part of it?
Yep.
So I moved back here. I did talk to some people in the league I was running in about getting involved with Football Alberta and trying to get 5-on-5 going, but they weren't interested. So a little while later, I decided, let's do it.
Yeah.
So I emailed Football Alberta, said, hey, what's going on? Why aren't we a part of all of this? And they threw all the support at me.
Oh, wow.
Well, Arthur, we've been trying to get interest for a few years to get there, as well as the collegiate championships too, which is the university level.
Yeah, I've noticed they don't have that for out west.
Yeah.
That's all for Ontario.
It's huge there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, they emailed me back, got me in touch with a couple other people with Football Alberta, including Taylor Stiles, who's been great for communication with me and giving me everything I need to get this going.
Yeah.
So as soon as we became a 5-on-5 league, became a member of Football Alberta, we now had the support to send the first team to nationals. So last year we put a team together. Tej actually was going to be on the team, but that's when he was just starting to have his baby. So he had to pull out for that. And the quarterback of the team was actually going to be Rayshon. Oh, wow. Yeah, but he had his Achilles issue 2 weeks before we were left. So, we had a good team go out there. I ended up throwing for the team at 42 years old, competing with all those young pups. But we got the foot in the door. And so we ended up being part of nationals. We're invited back this year. We're going to have a pretty solid roster. And I'm also getting the women's side going this year, too. Yeah, which I've noticed throughout the winter leagues. Yeah. It's going to be fun. So we did co-ed in the winter. And now we have the women's division started, and we have well over 30 girls already registered. So wow, that's amazing. It is. We might be a women's league with a men's division. Yeah, that's right. I think so. Yeah, but Football Alberta has been nothing but short of amazing, I guess, to help me out with get everything going. It's like they want this as much as I do. It's pretty nice. Yeah. Here's just someone to get the ball rolling. It is. Everybody wants it. Like, I don't know if you know this either, but last weekend I drove up to Edmonton and I played in a mixer event that the Edmonton Touch Football League puts on. I think they're also members of Football Alberta, so I wanted to show some support within the community. And they welcomed me in, let me put on just a fantastic little 4-team tournament for fun. And I got to go out after with some of the players that are going to be attending the camp. Some of the girls were just, inspirational to talk to. Like, they have just as much passion for the game as I do. So it's nice to help get that going as well. Yeah, it is nice. It's just, for them, it's always getting it started. Because, of course, people don't really want to do that. Agreed. I'll say because they're lazy. It's like, well, I got to put in a lot of work. I don't want to do it. Well, it's way more work than I thought it would be. Yeah. My wife says I downplay it, but, you could sit down on your computer at 7 a.m. and all of a sudden, like, you're getting called for dinner time. But it's fun. Like, building this league, building this sport, it's fun for me. So, speaking of which, so you started the Foothills Flag Football League, correct? Yes. How has that been for you? Like you're saying, it's been busy, but from the start of it to, we'll say now. Stressful at the start, because I kind of just, dove right in. Yep. Booked all the fields, trained all the refs, and didn't know who exactly would sign up at first. So that was a stressful part, but having the stability of having my fields and my times like steady has been kind of key for the growth. And people are giving it a try now. We should be somewhere between 16 and 25 teams, I think, for this summer. Well, that's good. Yeah. Because last summer it was like, was it 5, 4? 4. 4, yeah. Yeah. And then we went to 10 for indoor. Yep. And then we should almost double in size again. Jeez. That's great just hearing the growth of it. It is. Yeah. Especially the women's division too. That's nice to get them involved because I think other than the Touch Football League, there's really no women's football in the city. Oh no, sorry, the Calgary RH. They have tackle. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're huge. Yeah, they are. Yeah. But it's good to have flag too, because tackle your body kind of betrays you after a while. Yeah, we learned that. So at least for them, they have flag to fall back to. Yes. Yeah. That's good. That's awesome to hear. I can't wait to see what happens in the summertime. It should be fun. Yeah. Yeah, July 4th to 6th, we're going to be heading out to Nationals in Montreal. Yeah. Oh, that'll be fun. Yeah. Watch out for the people. They're a little rude. Especially to non-French speakers. Yeah, they're also really good at football. So true. I think maybe Maple is incredible. Shut and try to keep it on the field. Yeah. Yeah. Even if they talk trash to you, it's like, well, I don't understand you. Anyways, so with the FFFL, what makes it different from the other leagues? We'll say from in Calgary. In Calgary? Oh, I'd say probably like the stability of the league. Like we have, when you're going to play. You're going to play every week unless it's a long weekend. You're going to play Sundays at either 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Yep. And you're going to play on high quality fields at Shouldice on the turf or McMahon Stadium like we get. Yeah, that's fine. And I think the stats, people really like the stats. Like we keep like the quarterback attempts, completions, receivers, receptions, and yards. And we go a little bit more in depth than other leagues. And I'd say we're a little less than half the cost as well, too. So we try to like make this affordable for everybody. Okay. And then even the profits that we do make, we reinvest into the league, whether it's through, the Stampeders tickets or the Flames tickets we give away to the players. Of the league. And
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
You know, the other little perks, like our league sponsored last year's Team Alberta and paid the registration fee. So we're not really in it to like make too much bank off people, but rather like build a community, you know, similar to what I saw in Winnipeg.
Yeah. Get the flag league going, and we'll get the flag community going in Calgary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because there's more outside this city for this 5-on-5 game. Like, they just need to see it.
Oh, yeah. I've noticed it's only been just the one league. It's what, 7-on-7?
Yes.
Yeah. With linemen?
Yeah.
Speaking of that, so my last game on the last weekend, we didn't have any linemen.
Oh.
So I had to play on the line. So it was awful. I am not built as a lineman.
Yeah, me either.
But it's funny because I was trying to think back to like things I'd seen. I was like, okay, got a technique. Gotta get my hands up.
Kick that foot back.
Yeah, I did that. But the only downside was I was being pushed all the way back.
Yeah, you just can't stop those guys.
Yeah.
They're just beasts.
Then after the game, I was looking at my arms. I was like, God damn, just bruised.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I'd rather play receiver.
Yeah, or play tackle.
Yeah.
Like, if you still have that in you, go play tackle.
Exactly. So.
And most of them do. I'll give that to them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, do you think there'll be more 5-on-5 leagues in Alberta?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah. More leagues, more competition, right? Like, just because there's a competitor league that opens up doesn't mean they're against you. If they're trying to build the sport just like me, that's an ally of mine, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I hope Red Deer gets a league. I hope Edmonton, they have 5-on-5 women's, but I hope they get into men's as well, too. And, you know, we have population like football players in Lethbridge that came up to that Canada camp. So who knows what they're going to do down there either, right?
Do you think with... well, we're going to talk about the tournament because that was a huge event, plus the ID camp. Do you think the tournament's going to help grow the game in Alberta?
I think it already did, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So how did the ID camp go? And who's involved with that?
Well, I guess it depends what you were at the camp. If you were, you know, myself, it went amazing. Like, just to watch it grow to that, like, we had... you know, just under 50 girls and just under 20 guys attend the camp. So to see the growth and that many people come together in one place was really nice for me to see.
Yeah.
I think Football Canada had a good time too. They enjoyed, like, you know, being a partner with me and, you know, putting on the event. I think if you were a defender on the women's side, you had a good time. But if you were a receiver, you were one of like 30 girls fighting for a position. So just very hard to get reps. And I respect that. Those quarterbacks were throwing nonstop, trying to keep the ball moving. And then the men, there was so little numbers on the men's side that they were running nonstop. Like, some of them almost died. There's no lie.
Well, at least for Team Canada, they knew, okay, what's their conditioning?
It's exactly what they put us through. Like, you should be able to handle that with a smile on your face. Maybe if you had more bodies on the guys' side. But that's the competition. Like, they're number 7 in the world. I think they got ranked at last year's World Championships. So they're no joke.
No,
like, they're not coming out looking for some players that, you know, are just talented at football. Like, they're looking for top tier talent that can stand out with the best in the world. So if they have to put us through that to find the players, then so be it.
I think Canada can do it. It's just the guys coming out. Yeah, and especially I'll say that getting the information out there, because before getting involved with you and your league, I had no idea about flag. In general.
Well,
besides
we played a little bit together back in 2013 in the U of Calgary League, remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
In the gym.
Yeah. Oh, it was a good time.
Yeah.
But because that's how we met through football. I think it was touch.
I can't
originally. Because I remember I was playing for the Colts. I was done with that. I had no football until I saw something about a touch league. Like, we need a quarterback. I was like, sure, I could do it. Oh, speaking of that, so my first game in touch, you can't like reach for the goal line.
Yeah.
Well, I did that, and like, I can't do that. I'm like, that's bullshit. Like, what kind of damn rule is that?
Yeah, touch football's a little different.
Yeah.
If you like touch, you don't like flag. If you like flag, you don't really like touch, is what I'm learning in this.
Okay.
They're just a different breed of players.
Yeah, I like both. Football's football to me.
I don't think I'd like being a receiver in touch football. The field's just too big and, you're running so much. But to be the quarterback in the And a 5 receiver set is pretty nice.
Yeah.
I enjoy that a lot. But I would never want to play receiver in touch football. Like
it's a lot of running.
The far side wide out and having to run back to the huddle just to get called all the way back and have a 1 in 6 chance of catching the ball.
Yeah, I always tell them, like, please don't give me a 9 constantly.
Yeah,
like, I'm dying here.
Yeah. But clear outs are a big part of touch, and hooks are a big part of touch. So you got to spread the field out and get people running those routes. So
that was my issue with tackle.
Yeah.
Well, for practice, it's like, all right, 9, 9, 9. I'm like, please. I try not to die here. So with the tournament being done, are you planning on having another one next year?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that every year.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That'll be fun to see.
It will be. Those teams had a great time. I think they'll all be back, and we'll have better ones as well to compete against them.
Yeah, and getting more talent out there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too. Watching those Winnipeg teams and the depth they had and the playbooks they had, they picked us apart. Like even our top tier teams were, we hung in for the first half.
Yeah, then this Winnipeg just took over.
Well, yeah, except for the Dolphins, them from the sevens, like they played in the league, and I think had they had just a little more experience or maybe 1 or 2 more bodies, they would have made the final. But they didn't compete like I've seen them compete because it was just too much games. It was moving too quick, and by the second day when they needed to really win a couple games to get in, it kind of fell apart for them. Like the quarterback's arm, like Tarek, the poor guy, man, he gave that tournament everything. He was just icing his arm up with the spray the whole second game, still going out there throwing darts, coming back, icing it. But like those other teams, they've been doing this. Like they have a 5-on-5 flag league where they compete against teams like that week in and week out. So
they're definitely experience difference.
Yeah, exactly. And with the tournament style where you're playing 4 or 5 round robin games in 2 days, like that's a lot. You have to have multiple quarterbacks almost to compete at that, or guys with just iron arms.
Yeah. Like that's no problem.
One team actually that competed in my tournament was a group of 17 and 18-year-olds from Winnipeg.
Wow.
They came here. They had represented Team Canada a couple times as U16, U17, U19, I believe, or U18. But they came in with their 2 coaches, and these kids balled the fuck out. Like, I don't know if I can swear on this, but
I guess, go ahead.
They go by North Bay out of Winnipeg, and they made the final. They lost on the final play of the game to Peg City that had some CFL talent. Like their quarterback was just a stud, and some of their receivers were just top notch. And watching these 17-year-old kids compete,
against grown men,
even that Peg City team knows. I heard them on the sidelines, like, guys, we got 1 or 2 years left before we can't beat these guys anymore. Let's enjoy it while we can. So it's nice to see the futures. Looking good.
It's definitely bright.
Oh, big time.
Yeah, especially for flag.
Yeah. But those kids balled out, man. Holy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So for your league coming up for the summer, what are you expecting for it? Or is there going to be any changes?
Oh, no changes. I don't ever want to change. I think we had a pretty good summer last year. Like the people that were involved had fun.
Okay.
I just have to duplicate that fun again.
Okay.
Make sure that I have, high quality trained referees. Like my refs, they all have to go through level 1 and level 2 training with Flag Football Canada. They have to go through that training. They have to be, basically judged on the field. And if I don't see, them keeping up, then I have to pull them off because these players are paying pretty good money to have good quality refs. And if you show up and you have refs that just don't care, it's not fun.
No.
So if you at least have refs that know the game, that want to be there, that are being paid well, and have the training behind them, that really adds to the fun too. And then bringing out my photographer, you taking these videos went a long way too. Like the amount of times people would message me after, oh, do you have this clip, do you have that clip? And we're like, yes, we do, here you go. And they post it on their social media. Like it really adds to the game day experience. Just know you're showing up and you're being surrounded with everybody that wants to be there too.
So no video review?
I don't think so. I think that could be used against us pretty bad.
Yeah, it can cause a lot of problems.
And it cuts our refs down too. Like I want to be able to trust what they see out there.
Oh yeah.
We're all kind of amateurs as well. So to expect them to be perfect and not miss a call and to use video evidence against them, I think that takes away from the fun of being an official as well. Too.
True.
So
it's funny because during indoors, the refs will come to me. It's like, was that good? Like, here you go. It's like, don't tell anyone. Because you remember, I think it was the playoff game. Yeah, it was the Gladiators versus, I think it's one of the stink teams.
Serpents.
Yeah. That wild OT finish.
Yeah, 9 overtimes.
Yeah.
Oh, man. You're talking about the 2-foot catch by Alex at the back of the end zone, probably?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
everybody wanted to see our video.
It's like, I'm sorry, I can't.
Yeah. And then there was one by, I think D Light had a catch in the back of the end zone in another game too, with the same spot.
Yeah.
And you were just in perfect position to have the angle, but
it's kind of fun being the only one that knows.
It is.
Yeah.
It must be.
It's like, okay, I'm not going to say anything, but just going to keep this to myself.
Yeah. I don't think we're ready for a video replay just yet in flag football.
Yeah, it's true. So we'll say the future is bright for the Flag League in Alberta.
I think so.
So anyone that's on the fence for the FFFL, what's your, we'll say your pitch to them?
My pitch to them. I guess if you haven't played flag football in a little while and you want to get back, like, we have multiple options to get involved. If you're an elite team and you want to play at a high level, get to outside the province, compete at a national stage, we got our elite division for you. If you want to just join a team in the rec division, we have very low level competition, more for fun rec division, so we can get you involved in that. If you want to play strictly in a female division, I can get you involved in that. But what we introduced today to get the rest of the people involved was a draft division. So we're going to allow 40 people in, and we're going to have 4 captains that pick these teams a couple days before the season starts. So now if you don't have a team, you don't know what level you are, you just want to come and play, we can get you involved too now. So
perfect.
There's real no reason why you shouldn't be playing flag football unless you want to play, flag football with contact, in which case, let's get you involved with that league as well too. Because we just want to grow football. Like, we don't want to take anybody down as our league. We just want to build a community and have lots of fun together. So
perfect.
Yeah.
One thing, a couple of things I suggest. I was kind of thinking on the way here. So for the media side, you should have kind of like a power ranking. Okay. We'll say for the competitive division.
Okay.
And an MVP race. So So instead of just at the end, this is the MVP, you can, since you have the stats and everything, halfway through the season, you can have a little. We
can. After each game, the other team can vote who was 2 MVPs from each team, number 1 and number 2, have a point system going, maybe 5 points for first, 2 points for second, and start having a competition throughout the season. That's a good idea.
Yeah, it'll get the guys going, and it'll be exciting to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe get some more fans.
Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah. Because who doesn't want people watching it play?
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. We get lots of hits on our Instagram with lots of these videos, and when I post the stats too with the QB rating, that was a hit as well too. People are starting to compete with each other, so
the
MVP
perfect
race is a good idea.
Yeah. So there you can use that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you Arthur for being here. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for being on the show. And any last words for our guests?
Check out Foothills Flag Football League on Instagram, as well as www.fffl.ca, and the Mike Check Show. Thanks for having me.
Get to it. Get off the couch and start playing some ball.
Let's go.
All right. Thank you.
No problem.
Awesome. Perfect.